Morning, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well. It's 7:30 here, so I'm starting my day off with you guys, and you will be doing this in a couple hours. When you are doing this, I will also be doing yoga in the studio. So we will actually be practicing yoga together in real time today, which is kind of fun. Marty's joining us as always. But things are going really well. I have my first classes set up to start this weekend. So things are moving and exciting and really good. But I miss you guys. I hope you're well. And I wish I was there in person doing this with you. But we'll get started. We'll get started. So let's come to our comfortable seat. I have my block ready. I know we'll need it at some point. We'll just kind of start with some grounding first today. So come to a place in your chair where you can press your feet firmly into the ground. I always like to dig my toes into the earth for a couple times just to really feel rooted and grounded. Stack your knees over your ankles and line up your hips with your knees so that your legs are in a straight line. Then you can close your eyes for these first couple moments and breaths if you choose, and just start to lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Taking long, deep breaths in through the nose and out the nose. Start to bring in that inner mind-body awareness. So as you're inhaling, create the length in your spine. Let your shoulders roll down and back. And as you exhale, just start to settle into your practice, into the present moment. Maybe bring forth an intention, something to dedicate your practice to, whether it's something, someone else, or just what you want to get out of the practice. Take about 3 more breaths on your own. And last one. Slowly exhale it out. And then on your next inhale, open your eyes and lift your arms up overhead, stretching tall. You can interlace your fingers above you and flip your palms up if you want. And then exhale, slowly come back down through center. Sort of gently shake it out, kind of twisting from side to side. And then let your right ear fall over towards your right shoulder. If you want to go further into the stretch, you can take your right hand, place it on top of your left ear, and maybe even use your left hand for resistance in your chair. Keep your sits bones pressed into the earth, and really lift up through your spine as you're inhaling, and just allow the weight of your hand to stretch out your neck. Take one more breath here. Exhale it out. And then gently switch. Release your hand. Take your left ear over to your left shoulder. And then to go further, your left hand can come onto your right ear, and your right hand can hold onto the chair for a little bit of support or resistance. Stay long through your spine. As you inhale, make sure you're not leaning over. So you want to stay lifted and tall. One more breath. And exhale it out. And release your hand from your ear. Just take a couple gentle neck circles. Kind of choose a direction and go that way. See if you can keep that connection to breath. And then gently switch, moving the other direction. And come to stillness, back through your center. Inhale your arms up overhead. And then take a gentle twist on your exhale over to the right. So let your right hand come behind you, left hand to your right knee or thigh. Take 2 breaths here. Use your inhales to lift up taller, and your exhales to twist maybe even a little bit further. You can look over your right shoulder if you want to go farther into the stretch. On your next inhale, rise back up through your center line, and exhale, twist over the other way towards the left. Left hand behind you, right hand cross body to your knee. Breath in. Breath out to twist. Maybe look over your left shoulder. One more inhale. And exhale. Come all the way back up through center. Reach your arms high, and then as you exhale, just kind of gently roll out your wrists or shake them out. Make any movements that feel good. And then we'll actually stretch our wrists. So place your right hand palm up. With your left hand, reach for your fingertips, and then just gently pull your fingertips down while straightening your right arm. You can sort of make this be more powerful or loosen up depending on how far back you pull, and also you can kind of jut out your right shoulder and get a little bit more into your forearm, if that feels okay. And come all the way back, kind of release that out, shake it out. And then take your left palm, place up, and do the same thing on the other side. So you're taking your right hand, reaching for your left fingertips, and then gently straightening out your arm. Just gently pulling your fingertips back. Again, if you want to go further into the stretch or take it into your forearm a little bit, you can kind of press through your left shoulder forward. And go ahead and release that. Shake it out. Get your shoulders kind of loose. Start to take some circles. Connect breath to movement. On your inhales, you'll lift up, and on your exhales, you'll sort of roll down and around. You guys, Marty is like always the most active when I'm doing yoga with you. Like normally she just kind of lays around, but when it's yoga time, she is up and moving. And then you'll switch directions. Inhale your shoulders up, and then exhale to draw them forward. You can add in arms, circles, big or small. Elbows can be straight or bent. It might feel good to have your arms straight and make bigger circles that way. For me, I like to bend my elbows a little bit, but do what feels best for you. Take one more circle, and then come back through your center. Inhale your right arm straight out in front of you, thumb facing up, and then find your forearm or elbow and gently pull your arm across body, getting into sort of the side of your right shoulder and the back. So breathe into the stretch. As you inhale, really press down through your feet. Sit up tall and straight, and as you exhale, maybe you can pull your arm in just a little bit more. Take one more breath in and out. And release that, and we'll switch to the other side. Inhale your left arm up, thumb facing towards the ceiling, and then find your forearm or elbow, whatever works best for you. You don't want to actually pull at your elbow, but right around there. Just gently pull across body, and breathe into this one on this side here. Inhale, lift, and exhale, stretch. Take one more breath in and out. Release that side, and then we'll stretch one more time a little bit differently into the shoulder. Lift your right arm all the way up, bend at the elbow, and then take your left hand, reach for your right elbow, and you're sort of pulling, lifting up as you inhale, and then pulling your elbow either back or kind of over towards the left, wherever you want to feel the stretch, whatever works best for you. Most important thing is to breathe with your stretch. So your inhales will always lift you up and create length, and your exhales allow you to deepen into the stretch, or just stay wherever it is that you are. One more breath. And then release that side. Shake it out if you need to, and then we'll switch. Left arm lifts up, bend at the elbow. Right hand reaches for your left elbow. And then create your version of the stretch, whether that's pulling sort of back or pulling over. Important thing is to stay with your sits bones rooted and to keep your spine tall. So you're not really leaning over sideways. You're really just kind of stretching through that side body if you want to go over towards the right. One more inhale here and exhale it out. And then release that side. We'll flow through some sun salutations to kind of warm up. So I'm going to have my block right in front of my feet. Inhale, reach your arms high, maybe even look up at your fingertips, and then exhale, fold. Hinge from your hips, lead with your heart. You can stop at your block, and remember your block has 3 levels, so you can be high, kind of medium, or lower down, which I guess that's kind of out of your sight range. Or you can come all the way to the earth. We'll just take a slow sun A for this first one. One more breath in and out. Then on an inhale, come to a halfway lift. So pull your shoulders back, hands rest on your knees or thighs. Exhale, fold back down, either to your block or the earth. And then inhale, rise all the way back up, extended mountain. Exhale, bring your hands together through your heart. We'll flow a little faster now. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the hinge in your hips and your back straight. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to your heart. We'll do one more. Inhale, reach. Move with breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands together through your heart. And release your hands. Kind of shake it out. Kind of move from side to side. You guys have been doing so much yoga lately. My shoulders are so sore. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, draw your hands into a cactus or goalpost shape. And then root down through the 4 corners of your feet. Maybe even lift up a little bit into your chair. And then press your arms back. So like someone's pushing into your palms or your elbows. And keep your legs engaged, your core engaged by drawing your belly button up and in. And keep breathing for 3, 2, 1. Release it all back down. And then go again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw your arms to cactus. Engage everything, press down through your feet. Maybe your sits bones come off of your chair a little bit. Elbows and palms press back for 3, 2, 1. And then release. Bring your arms out to your side. We're just going to kind of tip over from side to side. So your left hand comes down, right arm reaches, and then flow back through the other side. Just taking stretches through each side body. Moving with your breath. So your inhales will always pull you back through center. And your exhales will stretch and move through your center line on an inhale. And exhale to stretch. And we'll do one more on each side. Inhale, right arm kind of comes up and over. And then exhale, other side. Come back through center, inhale, arms up. And then exhale, bring your arms behind you, reach for your chair. You're gonna root down again through your feet. I'll move the block so you can see you're pressing down through your feet. And then pushing your chest forward, your sternum forward, shoulder blades pull together into your spine. You can lift your chin, look up. Just breathe one more breath here and let it go. And release your chair. Bring your hands to your knees. We'll flow through some cat-cows to kind of wake up the spine. On your inhale, push your hips forward, shoulders roll back, chin lifts, look up. And then exhale, round, drawing chin to chest, pressing your back towards the back of your chair. Inhale, shift forward into cow shape. And then exhale, drop. Or round, and bring your chin to your chest for cat. And we'll do one more of each inhale, and then exhale. Come all the way back through your center. Take your left hand behind you for your chair, or to your chair. Inhale your right arm up, thumb facing up towards the sky. When you find that you can't go back anymore, stop and take 2 breaths. Inhale, press up, maybe lift a little bit further towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you might be able to come back a little bit further behind you. Do that one more time. Breath in, breath out. And slowly release your right arm down and switch sides. Right hand plants, left arm reaches up. When you find you can't go any further, stop and take 2 breaths. Inhale, lift towards the ceiling. Exhale, press back. And one more breath in and breath out. Move back through your center line and switch, doing one more on each side. You can hold the back of your chair or the bottom, or maybe even bring your hand to your lower back behind you. See if that feels any different. Take 1 breath, press back, and one more inhale and exhale. Bring your right hand back down through your center line and switch. Left arm reaches up. One more inhale and exhale. Bring your left hand all the way back through your center line and sort of wiggle, shake it out from side to side. Inhale your arms up high, then exhale into cactus. And we'll just take a couple gentle twists. So we're gonna keep your sits bones and your knees and your feet all pointing forward, and you're just twisting from your mid-back. If you look back over at your right hand or right shoulder, you might be able to twist a little bit further. And you'll come back through your center line and switch sides. Come back through your center. We'll regroup with an inhale to lift up, sit up tall and straight. And exhale to twist again. And this time, if you want to, you can try straightening out your arms. So your right hand will reach straight back behind you and your left arm in front of you. Take one more breath in and breath out. Move back through your center line. Arms extend overhead. And then draw them into cactus, twist the other way. And then the same thing here. Maybe you want to straighten your arms. This time, left hand reaches behind you, right arm reaches out in front of you. Take a breath in and a breath out. Come all the way back through your center line and bring your hands together at your heart. Take a breath in and a breath out to reset. I'm gonna grab my block. Place your block on your lap just so you have a little bit of support. Again, you can be sort of the lower length, or you can flip it up and give yourself even more height, whatever works best for you. Sit up tall and straight and kind of hinge forward from your hips, and just gently let your forearms rest on your back, on your block. Sort of make sure your feet are planted firmly into the ground and that they're straight. Toes are all pointing towards the front of the room. And you're going to inhale your right arm out to the side and up. And so just twist as far up as you can. Look up at your fingertips. Take one more breath. As you exhale, maybe you can pull your right shoulder back just a little bit further. And then come all the way back through your center line. See if you can weave your right arm under your left. And just go kind of as far as you can, and maybe you can come down onto your right shoulder a little bit, sort of stretching out through that shoulder even more. One more breath, and then come all the way back through center. Readjust, sit up tall and straight, and then we'll switch to the other sides. Left arm reaches out and up. Look up at your fingertips if that feels okay on your neck. Take one breath in here. And then exhale, pull your left shoulder back, maybe even a little bit more. And see if you can weave your left arm through your right. Come onto your left shoulder and just get a little bit of a stretch there. Take one more breath and let it out. Come all the way back up through your center. And then place your blocks right back down in front of your feet. We'll flow through some sun bees now. So inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, fold, hinge from your hips, fold with your back flat. On your inhale this time, bring your right leg up with you. Just squeeze it in as far or tight as you can. And then exhale, come back through your center. Inhale, come up, bring your left leg with you this time. And then fold all the way back down. Inhale to rise high all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, reach. Flowing with breath, exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your right leg up with you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your left leg up with you. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise all the way back up, extended mountain. Exhale, draw your hands together at your heart. 1 more. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise all the way back up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Inhale your right leg back up to your chest, and this time hold it there. Start to circle through your ankle, stretching out your ankle joint, rolling one direction. And then switch sides, kind of going the other way. And then we'll move into seated half pigeon, our hip stretch. So right ankle crosses over your left knee. Again, your options are to stay here or to lean back. You can straighten this leg here, your left leg. Your foot can be above or below your knee joint. And if none of that works or feels good, then keep this left leg bent and the sole of your right foot down to the inside of your left foot. So this is what works for me. This is where I'm gonna go. And then you just breathe into it. And one of the things that happens in this shape a lot is the left leg will sort of fall out to the side. So notice if that's happening for you and see if you can pull your leg back in towards your center. So you're keeping that straight alignment. And then just breathe into the stretch. On your inhales, create the length in your spine, shoulders roll down and back. And on your exhales, maybe you press into your right knee, maybe you fold a little bit forward. If you're folding, make sure you're not rounding through your spine and folding down, but rather you're keeping your shoulders back and hinging from your hips, leading with your heart first. Take about 3 more breaths on this side. And last one, breath in and breath out. On your inhale, come all the way back up through your center. And then let your right leg just sort of cross over, over your left. So you're sitting sort of with your legs crossed. Then we'll inhale, sit up tall. And exhales, just fold forward. So you'll notice kind of a different feeling through your hips with your legs crossed, and just fold down as far as you can. I like to keep my hands on my thighs for support. And then come all the way back up through your center. Pull your leg back into your chest, but this time interlace underneath your knee instead of around the top, so you're underneath. And then sort of start to take circles again, but this time through your hip joint. So you're moving your whole leg in one direction. And then switch directions with your circle. And then come through stillness. Keep your hands underneath your leg and inhale your right leg out in front of you straight. So flex your toes, pull them back, pull your shoulders back, and really press down through your left foot. Take 1 more breath, and then release your foot. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, straighten your legs. Really engage your muscles by pulling your right toes back, pressing down through your left foot. Breath in and breath out. And then 1 more. Inhale, straighten your leg, toes pull back, press down through your left foot. Breathe. And this time as you release, lower your right foot all the way to the ground, but keep it straight. So your right heel is planted. It looks like you can't quite see. Maybe if I scoot back a little bit, that will help. Can you see my foot there a little bit more? So your left heel is planted, toes are lifted. I'm gonna place my block right in front of my left foot. We'll move into a seated pyramid stretch. So we'll start with hands on our hips. Really engage your core by drawing your belly button up and in. And as you exhale here, start to hinge forward from your hips, keeping your shoulders back, maybe your chin lifted just a little bit as a reminder not to round through your spine. We'll take 1 more breath in, and then exhale to fold. We'll flow through 2 more variations of this kind of quickly. So we'll move with our breath. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, draw them to cactus. Take another breath in to lift and re-engage the muscles of the core. And an exhale to fold. Keep your palms pressed back, elbows pulling back. Breath in, breath out. And then 1 more inhale. And exhale. And inhale to lift back through center. Arms extend all the way overhead. Fold forward on your exhale, this time coming all the way to your block. If you don't want your block, you can frame your feet. Right hand to the outside of your right foot, left hand to the outside of your block. Here, if it feels okay on your back, you can drop your chin and sort of round through your spine just a little bit. Take 2 breaths here. And 1 more inhale. And exhale. And inhale to come back to your block if you were on the ground. If you're at your block, then you can just stay. Bring your right arm out to the side on your next inhale. Sweep it all the way up and overhead. Maybe look up at your fingertips. Breathe into the stretch. And exhale, maybe pull your right shoulder back even more. Take 1 more breath. Exhale it out. Bring your right hand back through center. Find your block and twist the other way. Left arm reaches up to the side and out. Breath in, breath out. 1 more inhale and exhale. Bring your left arm all the way back down to the earth or to your block, and then use your core rise all the way back up through your center line. Bring your right foot back in to meet your left. Maybe switch your legs from side to side. And then we'll go to the other side. So left leg pulls in. Where did we start? We did a lot, I feel like. Circles. So start with those circles on your left ankle. Just kind of moving slowly, whatever direction you want. And then we'll switch, kind of switching your circles to go the other way. Bring your left foot over your right knee, or right thigh, moving into half pigeon, seated half pigeon on this side. So again, I'll move this out of the way so you can see clearly. You have several options. This is sort of option 1. Again, if you're choosing this option, make sure your right leg isn't folding out to the side. Make sure you're staying straight. If this doesn't feel great, you have a couple options. You can straighten your right leg, keep your foot above or below the knee joint. You can stay lifted, you can recline back. That'll take some of the pressure off. And you can also bring your left foot down to the inside. So you guys kind of know the drill, but just as a reminder. But find and go to always, whatever you know works best for you. This side is always tighter on me, so you can see my knee is lifted like a lot higher, and I have a tendency to fall on this side. So just make sure that you're not doing that. And then bring in your breath. Keep the length in each inhale. And then allow a gentle pressure or a fold on your exhale. I think Marty is out of sight of the camera, but she's like right down, down off to the right there, sleeping, and she looks extra adorable. I wish you guys could see her. And take about like 3 more breaths here. Two more. And last one. Inhale to come all the way back up through your center. And then this time, interlace your fingers underneath your left leg and just start to make big circles this time through your whole hip joint. And if that doesn't feel good, like they can be small. And if that doesn't feel good, then just do more circles with your ankle. So again, like as always, do what feels good and what works for you. And don't do what doesn't feel good. So if you have like issues with your hip on one side, like this might not be a great choice. So make sure you modify and always do what works for you. I think I didn't say that at the beginning and I should have. Okay, so then we'll come back through through center line, through seated. Press through your sits bones, shoulders pull back, and then inhale, straighten out your left leg. Straighten it as much as you can. I can tell a huge difference on this side. My knee doesn't straighten quite so much. So if you're noticing that, just really try to keep your muscles engaged. Pull your toes back. Sit up tall and straight. And then exhale to release. Then we'll go to the other side. Inhale, straighten out your left leg. Toes flex, pull back, lift up tall. And then drop it down. And then one more. Inhale, straighten your leg, toes, pull back, sit up tall and straight, and then slowly lower your left leg to the earth. Press your heel to the ground and your toes lifted. I'm gonna bring my block in front of my right foot because we'll go there soon. So maybe I just needed to move back in my chair. Make sure you're back far enough so that you don't fall. Put your hands to your hips first. Pull your belly button up and in. Breathe, lift up tall. And as you exhale, fold forward. I like, again, to keep my chin sort of lifted and the gaze just gently up as a reminder not to round through the spine. Take one more breath. Exhale it out. Maybe you can fold a little bit further. And then flowing through our other variations on the side. Inhale, reach all the way up. Draw your arms to cactus. Another breath to recenter and lift through the spine. Exhale to fold. Keep your elbows pressed back. Like you imagine your shoulder blades, you're pushing them together in towards your spine. And press your palms up. One more breath. And then let it go, fold, and then come all the way back up through your center line. Arms extend. This time fold all the way down to your block, and then if you don't want your block again, you know you can frame your block in your feet. Here, if it feels okay, you can even drop your head and let your spine round a little bit. One more breath. Let it go. And then an inhale to come to your block. If you're already there, then you'll just stay. And then we'll twist each direction. Plant your right hand into your block. Sweep your left arm out to the side and up. Take a breath in. And then exhale, maybe you pull your left shoulder back. Come through your center line and twist the other way on your next breath. Right arm reaches out to the side and up. Take a breath in and a breath out. And come all the way back through your center line. And inhale all the way back up to center. Bring your left foot back to meet your right and sort of windshield wiper out your legs a little bit. We'll move into some warriors, and then we'll sort of wind down. So we're at the end here. Take your right leg, keep it bent, bring it out to the side, and then straighten your left leg out behind you as much as you can. And then see if you can, I like to have my hands on my hips, see if you can rotate your hips over so that your hips are square towards your right leg, towards your right knee. So you've got a straight line from your knee to your hip joint. Then we'll inhale our arms up overhead, so warrior one. We can flow with breath a little bit here by drawing your elbows to cactus on your exhale, and then inhaling back up tall, warrior one. Exhale, draw your arms to cactus. Then inhale again, warrior one. If you want to go even a little bit further, you can look up at your fingers and maybe even reach back, kind of going into a small back bend here. And then exhale, arms to cactus. We'll do one more. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, draw your arms to cactus. Release your hands back down to your waist, and then allow your waist to shift back towards the center, and then bring your legs back together. Sort of windshield wiper them to release the hips. And then we'll move the other direction. So legs are bent, left leg opens up out to the side just as far as you can go, and then right leg straightens behind you. I like to, again, have my hands on my hips just as an awareness, and then shift them over so they're rotating over square over your left leg. Then inhale, arms extend. We'll exhale, draw them into cactus. So we'll flow with breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale for cactus arms. And then you can add in the back bend on these next few if you want. Inhale, arms straighten up. Maybe look up at your fingers and reach back. Exhale, draw your arms to cactus. And one more inhale. And exhale. And release your hands back down to your hips. Pull them back towards square. And then come back together. Sort of shake it out. And then we'll do just a little bit of some quad stretch. So I'm going to move this out of the way so you can see. So I'm shifting over towards one side of my chair. Left leg is bent. Keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. And I like to hold the chair for support. Bring your right leg back behind you. So I'm pressing into the top of my foot. If you have your shoes on and your toes are tucked and you press into sort of the pad of your foot, you can do that as well, whatever feels best for you. But you want to feel the stretch here through your hip flexors. So you want to really press down through your left foot and through the back of your right. So I'm pushing the top of my foot down into the ground. So the stretch here is happening on my right hip flexor. And if you want to go a little bit further into the stretch, you can take your right arm up and then start to lean over, not really lean, but really hinge, sort of over towards the left. And so you're pushing your right rib cage out. And so you're getting a stretch through the right side body, but also deepening the stretch into your hip flexor. We'll take one more breath and let it out. And then come back through your center line, and then just gently, carefully bring your right leg back up and wiggle over to the other side of your chair. So right leg is bent, foot is planted into the ground, right hand has your chair for support, and then your left foot leg comes back behind you. Again, if you don't have shoes on and it feels okay, the top of your foot will press into the ground. If your shoes are on, then you can have your toes kind of tucked. Either way, just kind of feel what works best for you. And then press down through your right foot and through the top of your, or whatever you have access to, of your left foot so you can get that hip flexor stretch. Use your right hand for support. And this might be fine. If you want to go further, then your left arm can reach up towards the ceiling. And then add in the hinge over towards the right. So you're pressing your left rib cage out. So you're not really leaning, you're keeping your sits, your hips square, but you're just hinging over. And take one more breath. Let it out. Well, that felt good for me this morning. Come back through your center, and then bring everything back together. I think I kind of lost track of time, and I can't see how long we've been going. But let's do one one balancing, one tree on each side if you want. If you don't, then just stay seated, or you can do seated tree. Kind of will look like this. I'll stand and lead you through that, and then we'll close. So stand. I don't really have a lot of room. I'm gonna actually use one of these chairs instead. Right here. Yeah, you can still see it. So we'll start tree on the right. Plant your left foot into the ground, and then bring the sole of your right foot up. So you can be down here at the ground, up towards your shin, or all the way into your inner thigh. Make sure you're not on your knee though. So if you're pushing against your knee, that's not going to feel great. So above or below the knee joint. And then your chair is always here for support if you don't need it, or you want to try without. You bring your hands together through your heart. And then you know from here your options are to grow tall, grow your tree. Keep your gaze focused on one single point. There's Marty. And release your tree. I'm going to stay, but you can move towards like the other side of your chair if that is easier. I'm kind of in a little corner. So we'll go to tree on the other side now. Plant your right foot and bring the sole of your left foot in. Again, anywhere but your knee. So down on the ground is fine. Up here is fine. All the way into your inner thigh is fine, just not your knee. And then kind of choose and flow through what's possible for you. So hand can stay on your chair the whole time. Hands can come through your heart center. And then hands can grow tall. Ooh, I'm a little wobbly. So keep your gaze focused. Always helps too to bend this standing leg a little bit. Yeah. And then we'll come back through center and then return to your chair. We'll just take a breath in together and exhale out to reset. And then move towards your final rest. So you can recline back into your chair. You can close your eyes. Your palms can be face down or up. Again, yogi speak in final rest in Shavasana. Traditionally, palms up to receive. However, if you're feeling just sort of like untethered, hands down to gain a sense of grounding presence is always good. So you choose whatever works best for you. And then start to really focus back inward on your breath. Let your awareness come back to your intention. If you set one at the beginning of your practice, maybe your intention is different now. Yeah, I was feeling a little ungrounded myself this morning, and I feel a lot more rooted and grounded now. So my intention at the beginning of the practice was to get grounded. And now I've done that, and so my intention is shifting out towards the rest of my day. Yeah, and just a sense of peace and calmness about what I want to create today and what I want to have happen. So whatever your intention is, or maybe that it's changed, just let your awareness fall back to that. And settle into just a natural, slow rhythm of breathing for these last few moments. Slowly start to bring awareness back into your fingers and your toes. Sort of wiggle them or just move them gently, just bringing some life back in. And then on your next inhale, if you're reclined back like me, you can sort of make your way back up to a strong yoga seat, sort of at the top front of your chair. Open your eyes. And on your next inhale, reach your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, draw your hands together at your heart center. Thank you guys for sharing this practice with me, even from afar virtually. I feel like I was with you guys this morning, and I really do feel more grounded in my day. So thank you, and I love you. Namaste. And if you could hear Marty during our final rest licking herself the entire time, I'm sorry. And I hope you still had a good Shavasana. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.